Hopefully you guys don't fall. No one ever tells you how embarrassing it is to talk in front of a camera for the first time. How do I start? Hi guys, my name is Andrea. I primarily make singing content. I started off on TikTok and I thought that I would do YouTube. I like to call myself a part-time singer just because I have a full-time job here in real life. I am a scientist for like a biotechnology company. By day, I'm in the lab. By night, I'm a singer. So fabulous. My intention with these vlogs is just to have you guys follow me around and see how I incorporate music into my daily life. To be honest, I never learned how to read music. Did choir throughout, middle school and high school like everybody else. It didn't stick learning about solfege and reading music. So here I am at 24 years old trying to make music without knowing anything. It is about 10 a.m. I've been awake since 7. Made some breakfast this morning. I just had an English muffin, some fruits, and some coffee. I'm trying to get stronger in the gym. I put creatine in my coffee. I'm so glad it doesn't have a taste because, ugh. My goals for the day is I have some experiments that I need to design. I think I might try and fart around BandLab. It's this app that I use to start learning how to produce music and using kind of the software. It's really good. I recommend it for beginners. Ooh, would you like to make an appearance? Buzzy, say hello. Oh, so handsome. That's Buzz. He is 2 years old now. Had him since he was 6 weeks. I'll post some pictures here. He likes to hang out with me in the morning. Sometimes he'll sit on my lap while I'm trying to do work and then bite my arm every time I move because he's like, how dare you try to be productive and do things? But I'm gonna get back to work. I'll catch you guys later when I'm doing something interesting. Oh my gosh, look at how the sun's hitting the trees. I love fall time. I'm off from work. I got all of my projects done. I like to go on a 10-minute walk around this really nice running trail that is walking distance from my apartment. It's just sometimes really nice to get out in nature and get some fresh air. Hopefully I'll start working on my song. Honestly, it's been like 3 months since I've touched anything with my original song. That's the reality of life as a part-time singer or just as a person. Sometimes you want to work on music, sometimes you don't. Anyway, I'm gonna go on my walk now. Hello! It is the next day. Thought I'd take this time to sit down, introduce you guys to my song, and tell you what it's all about, the background behind it, and also show you my piano skills because I've been slowly trying to teach myself how to play an instrument. Thought it would be a somewhat easy transition from, choir and kind of the chords match the notes. I don't know. I can't explain myself very well, but I'll show you guys my setup here. It is nothing special. Oh, this is like Buzzy's favorite toy in the world. It's just this purple thing and it's got catnip in it. But anyway, this is where all the magic happens. It's using these two items here. The keyboard, it actually wasn't mine. This was my fiance's that he's had since childhood, I think. So really old. He's gonna watch this back and be like, wow, you just called me old in front of your little audience here. I used this keyboard to kind of start brainstorming, what chord I wanted to be in, major or minor, all that blah, blah, blah. Just started kind of like playing the piano and said, oh, that sounds pretty together. I've been working in like chords of 3. So for example, here, I'll turn it on real quick. Turn this puppy way down. Spoiler alert, I wanted the song to be in C chord, the C chord. And I just kind of, played around. Just dee, dee, dee. I use my iPad, a set of keys and a mouse to work on BandLab. You don't need anything fancy. This is just to prove that you can make a song from anything. Now that I've shown you my setup, to my song. So it's called Sincerely Your Sweetheart, and the song is about my fiance and I's relationship. So a little bit of background is my fiance and I actually started off our relationship long distance. He's a soccer player and he got signed to a team that was like states away from each other. And so during that season, he knew it was going to be hard on me. It's hard to date an athlete, y'all. It's no joke. And he knew that. So he's just so romantic, and he made me this kind of, he called it a book of love quotes, which is really sweet. All he did was, I had this like book of flashcards. Oh my God, it's so dusty. So he wrote on here, notes of affection for my awesome Andrea. Isn't that so cute? And all he did was just like handwrite these quotes to read, you know, whenever I missed him and wanted to think about him. I found myself while I was reading them kind of humming them. It kind of turned into a melody, and I thought that would be so perfect for a song. And here we are. That's how Sincerely Your Sweetheart came to be. In terms of genre, it was inspired by two things. One was I love 1950s and 1960s love songs. Grew up listening to Frank Sinatra. I'm the biggest fan of Frank Sinatra. Oh my God. Listened to every single song that man has ever made. The tonality in his voice and the flow of his music, that's what I wanted Sincerely Your Sweetheart to be in. And then in terms of like the melodic tune, I wanted it to sound like a Disney princess song. So I have to talk about this because honestly, if it wasn't for Disney princess movies, I don't think I would have ever taught myself how to sing. I know that sounds so strange. My favorite Disney princess of all time, and still to this day, is Cinderella. That girl, I love her. I knew all of those songs by heart, even when I was so young that I didn't even know how words formed and things like that. Particularly, my favorite song was the song that played when Cinderella and Prince Charming were dancing at the ball. I think it was So This Is Love. So this is love. So this is love. So this is what makes life divine. I found myself just kind of humming the song around the house. Imagine 5-year-old Andrea just humming her little tune. After the years went by and I got older and older, I started turning the humming sounds into words. Not exactly the words or the lyrics to the song itself, but just oohs and ahs. And then middle school came around and I started singing the words to the song. Auditioned for my first musical, and my music teacher was like, yeah, you should be a part of choir. And then, you know, it's history. Here I am, singing still. Anyway, back to here. So, as I had mentioned earlier, or may not have mentioned, depending on how I edit this, I wanted to stay in like the C chords when I was playing around with notes on the keyboard. I wanted it to kind of sound melodic and simple, like the 1950s song or even Cinderella was. I'm gonna like tilt you down a little bit, or try to show you the chords that I'm playing. So how the beginning of the song goes is just this back and forth of the same 6 notes. So it starts off here at like a lower note. My darling had to leave me, but before he left to go, and it goes back, he gave me a book of love quotes. Then we move up a higher key, each one a special meaning, straight from the heart. And then that's where the actual quotes themselves come in, and I'll hopefully kind of post some screenshots of the quotes themselves that I used from the actual booklet. Isn't that funny how music works? You just come up with a song based off a flashcard booklet. Side note, if I make any mistakes while I'm doing this, just know this is a learning process, and I'm just wanting to document my journey through making a song with you guys. And yeah, okay. In a world full of chaos, and it steps up higher, you are my peace. I sweet, kind, smart, and beautiful you are. Now, I'm gonna show you in BandLab because I feel like that didn't do it justice. And I actually added some like cute little bird noises and things to kind of hone into that Disney aspect. So let's hop into BandLab. These are all of the tracks that I have. I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tracks. I usually use the grand piano. Let me see if I can play it. I wish I could play that. And once you open up the instrument, this is what it looks like. Actually, I didn't have this keypad and mouse set when I started working on this song back in June. So now almost 4 months ago, I actually used my hands to play those chords that I showed you earlier. Oh God, that did not sound good. So this was that beginning part that my darling had to leave me, but before he left to go, he gave me a book of love quotes, each one a special meaning, straight from the heart, and it goes as follows. This is where the quotes come in. You are my peace, I think about you in my dreams. How sweet, kind, smart, and beautiful you are. You're perfect to me, said most. And this is the actual chorus itself. So it's those first 3 chords that I showed you in the beginning. These ones, and I just staccatoed it. And it goes like this. Most people spend their whole lives looking for love that doesn't last, but I found a love that's forever with you. And with each quote that I've shared, you know my love is always there. Sincerely, your sweetheart. Oh, sincerely, your sweetheart. These high notes. Doesn't that sound so pretty? That's it, folks. That's all I've got. This is my first vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you want to hear more verses with Sincerely Your Sweetheart, you guys stay tuned. Keep on watching. Be sure to ask me any questions that you have in the comments below. I'd love to interact with you guys, and stay tuned for the next vlog. Say goodbye, Buzzy. Did you guys hear that? He said goodbye. Bye, guys.